What is up, everybody? Solomon here. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. We have gigantic news coming out of Hedera Hashgraph today. Really gigantic news. The announcement that the Hedera Governing Council has voted to purchase the intellectual property rights and open sourcing the Hedera code layer for consensus, which essentially right now is obviously owned by Swirlds, which is the parent company. But this is absolutely gigantic in my opinion because essentially this enables the Hashgraph network not to have any sort of issue with splitting or having to defensively, like it says in here, protect the Hedera ecosystem participants. The open sourcing of the consensus layer will serve to further accelerate development, expand the number of contributors. The council members also announced that the network code will be out of beta within the next mainnet upgrade. Now they're going to push this to open source under an Apache 2.0 license this year. If you're not aware just how big the governing members within the Hedera Hashgraph network are, I mean, Avery Dennison, Fidelity Information Services, Shinhan Bank, which I think is the largest bank in Korea, Standard Bank, maybe I'm switching these two up, Google, Boeing, IBM, Swirlds is obviously has one seat, Tata Communications, DBS, LG, Deutsche Telekom, Wipro, Zane, DLA Piper, Nomura, FPOS, which essentially is the entire debit system in Australia and New Zealand. I think that the Hedera aspect is, I think it's just Australia. ServiceNow. I mean, these are all extremely heavy hitters. Now we have seats 26 through 39 that still need filled as well. So it's going to be really interesting to see what type of organizations, enterprises are going to join the Hedera Governing Council within this. But open sourcing the network is insanely valuable. It's gonna, in my opinion, it's going to lead to much more expansion within the utility that Hedera Hashgraph provides. So interested to see where this goes. I don't know why I didn't like that, but yeah, I think it's an insane proposition, and I think that Hedera, as many of you may know, and obviously not financial advice, but I think Hedera is a network that could potentially topple Bitcoin. But I certainly think that Hedera Hashgraph is at least a top 5, and at the bare minimum a top 10 asset within this space. And if you extrapolate that out years from now, you can only envision what that potentially means. So I also saw this today. Yomgo platform comes out of beta and launches in the United States. Now, this is allowing users to earn HBAR for activities and tasks such as viewing advertising, downloading apps, playing games, online shopping, and more. You can check this out if you want to. But yeah, just another interesting development. This also kind of leads me into the I always think back with Hedera Hashgraph, MTech, Microsoft, and the Fed with Project New Dawn that they have. And if you look into that enough, I mean, there's PDF documents from MTech literally talking about universal basic income and things like that. I don't know. I didn't find any connections between Yomgo and MTech, but this is kind of that potentially a little bit dealing in that UBI aspect because you're getting paid for things that you would normally do anyways. So we see similar mechanisms within Brave and stuff like that for browsing, but really just interesting to see how this stuff's playing out. Alliance Block as well. Funder staking has 1.7 million USD in ALBT locked since going live last night. This went live 2 days ago. 60% of the stakers utilized AVAX for lower fees. And if you want to check out funders, I certainly recommend doing so. It's going to provide a lot of value for CeFi and DeFi projects with fundraising and that peer-to-peer mechanism that just kind of is lacking with bridging the gap between centralized and decentralized finance. It's going to enable a lot of projects to build and a lot of potential investors to succeed and helping to incubate those projects within funders. And I know eventually this all goes DAO anyways. So saw this yesterday. There was a new set of regulatory proposals in the UK aiming to bring DeFi into the scope of the law on a case-to-case basis. What was interesting to me, and since we're kind of talking about Hashgraph anyways, distributed ledger technology is going to be essentially remove the reference. They're proposing to remove the reference to distributed ledger technology from the definition of qualifying crypto assets, therefore future-proofing the definition for innovations in the underlying technology that crypto assets utilize. So it's kind of just that additional future-proofing. not siloing themselves in for further innovation, things like that. But, this document is, again, 31 pages long. I'll post this for you guys if you want to read it, though. I did see that Binance also yesterday completed wrapped XRP integration, opening deposits. This was on the 17th. If you're interested in wrapped XRP, feel free to play in it, but I think that we're going to have initiatives within the XRP L at some point here soon where you're still going to be able to play in a lot of the DeFi mechanisms that we all want to play in, and obviously we've got Flare networks as well, and Songbird is kind of the first iteration within that with the Canary network. So, but yeah, interesting news. Last but not least, Lamborghini announced these NFTs. I think it was yesterday I saw this, called the Space Key. Now, there's going to be a very finite amount of these. This unique object is limited to 5 units, each of which is linked to an exclusive digital artwork by the same artist who, as of right now, is anonymous. So we will see what comes of this, but I thought it was interesting. I mean, obviously Lamborghini is looked at as quite the upper echelon of brands as far as vehicles are concerned, amongst many circles at least. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's been a few days. Again, gigantic news for Hedera Hashgraph, open sourcing the tech. I think it's just going to lead to such amazing value propositions in the future and the ability for more and more growth. And interesting to see that these organizations say the same thing. I mean, you can even read in here for some quotes from DLA Piper and stuff like that. And Lehman Baird put out a think piece based on this as well, with kind of that shared world's vision that he foresees within the Hedera Hashgraph ecosystem in the future. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will talk to you guys. Bye.